Bienvenidos a este panel de rugby a fast growing sport, where we will talk, permitidme, vamos a hacer esta ponencia, este panel en inglés, así que pues desde ahora pasamos directamente al inglés. Welcome to the panel Rugby a fast growing sport, where we will talk about evolution, global growth and challenge of rugby. First of all, I would like to thank, gracias, to Sports Summit Madrid for having our sport on agenda on behalf of the Royal Spanish Rugby Union. Today we are joined by two leading figures in the sport of rugby. Gilpin, CEO of World Rugby, and Juan Martín Sánchez, President of the Royal Spanish Rugby Union, a key driver of the development of rugby in our country. With them, we explore how the sport is gaining ground, attacking new audiences, and building a strong future both on and off the field. We begin with Gilpin, CEO of World Rugby, the organization that leads the sport global development and strategy. Alan, it's a pleasure to have it with us. Come on in.
Thanks, Miguel. Buenos días a todos. Lo siento por no hablar español. I'm sorry, in English. It's a great privilege, a real pleasure to be here with you in Madrid to discuss Spain's role in the growth of our game globally. Rugby is growing rapidly around the world, and Spain has a really important and exciting part to play in that journey. And we're going to just give you some brief thoughts on that journey. Before we begin that, I'd like just to give you a short video about the next really big moment for our sport, which is the Women's Rugby World Cup in England this year. It will be the biggest sporting event in the UK this year. It will be the biggest Women's Rugby World Cup we've ever had. And importantly, Spain will proudly compete, inspiring, we hope, future generations of girls and women in Spain to play rugby.
Titanic battle so far. Performance worthy of any World Cup trophy.
From the depths of despair to World Cup winners once more.
For those that love rugby around the world, rugby is more than just a sport. It's a global movement, and it has values that resonate very deeply with our players and with our fans. Respect, discipline, solidarity, integrity and passion. And that means for players and fans, rugby offers something very unique. It's open to everybody, all shapes, all sizes, all backgrounds. It builds character, teamwork and leadership, and it brings people together across borders, across cultures, and across beliefs. And at a time, unfortunately, when many societies face growing division and polarization, we therefore believe rugby is a powerful, unifying voice. And as the custodians of the sport at World Rugby, we take our responsibility in that regard very seriously. And Spain is one of the most exciting and important opportunities for rugby today around the world. And as you'll hear from Juan shortly, the Spanish Rugby Federation has very bold ambitions. And World Rugby fully supports those ambitions and the vision they have and their efforts to grow the sport in Spain across men's and women's 15-a-side and 7-a-side rugby. Spain has everything that is needed to become a rugby powerhouse. World-class sporting infrastructure, highly experienced event organizers, government and city support for major events, and of course a really passionate sporting public. And we're already seeing great progress. Spain's women, as we've said, have qualified for this year's Women's Rugby World Cup. Spain's men's team have already qualified for the next Men's Rugby World Cup in 2027 in Australia. And this year, Spain's men's sevens team achieved a historic second place at the HSBC Sevens World Championships, a clear sign of Spain's growing competitiveness in our sport. And last year, here in Madrid, we hosted the Sevens World Championships, showcasing Spain's ability to host major international rugby events. These aren't just sporting milestones, they're clear signals of Spain's growing international presence in rugby. So a brilliant future, and it's only the beginning of what we're doing. Spain's interest in hosting major rugby events, including potentially future World Cups in 2035 and 2037, is really exciting for us. World Rugby is fully committed to supporting Spanish rugby in all of its ambitions. We believe that together we can put Spain at the center of the growing rugby world. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Alan. And now we give the floor to Juan Carlos Martín Sánchez, President of the Royal Spanish Federation. Since his arrival, the Federation has doubled the budget, tripled the activity, and increased its exposure sixfold. Juan Carlos, welcome.
Bueno, muchas gracias, bienvenidos a todos. Muchas gracias, Alan. Y vamos a ver un vídeo siguiendo el mismo modelo, por favor. Well, jumping into English, thank you very much for your words, your kind words. We are very proud having Alan Gilpin here supporting this growing sport in Spain. For those who don't know where we are in rugby, what I would say to you is that for the first time in history, we have our players in the center of our vision. For the first time, we have the vision, the trustness, the plan, and I think it's the real moment to say that we are not going to have limits. No, in the last 2 years and a half, Spain has kicked off in rugby. We have seen our under-18 for the first time in history invited in 6 nations, beating Scotland. We have our under-20 keeping in the maximum level with the 12 best teams in the world, playing against England, France, New Zealand, South Africa, etc. We have the franchises for both men and women. We have all our national teams in the maximum category. Our women qualify for this fantastic World Championship that will be celebrated this year from August in UK, in different sites. We have our men qualified for the 2027 Australia. And the most important thing is that Spain now has a system to support this road to the success with the players. No? So we have implemented a coordinated schema to support the development of the players, the high performance system, in a way that our level of competition will increase shortly. No? So we are now having some results. We have just won. Had been number 2 in the world in sevens, which is something impressive in short time. And we are going to do something similar in the following years in 15-a-side. So there are few countries in the world with this situation, betting for both men and women, rugby 15, rugby 7, and with an ambition to do things differently. You know? So we are challenging the current status quo. we have a plan, and we are a loyal partner with World Rugby. So our intention is that we're going to transform the Spanish Rugby in the Union in organization focused in events, in a way that we can generate more money, and in a way that we can invest that money in the high performance, always allied with the clubs, always with all the stakeholders in the Spanish Rugby, and keeping aligned and keeping going together in Spain with more than 90,000 people practicing rugby in all the categories. We see that in the following years, Spain will launch, no? And at the end, we are going to compete, and we are going to be serious candidates to organize the World Championship, both men and women, 2035 and 2037, no? So we are in the road, we have the vision, we have the plans. We're going to demonstrate that we can do things good. We're going to try to bring against the World Series for 7. We are organizing next year the EPCR finals in Bilbao. We are organizing a number of events all around Spain. So the situation is fantastic. Strategically, rugby in Spain will be your reference, and I hope you will be part of this.
Muchas gracias, Juan Carlos. We don't have much time, but I have 2 quick questions. I start with Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, what does this World Rugby visit mean for the Spanish rugby? El significado de esta visita para
Yeah, for us, having World Rugby here demonstrates, first of all, that we have trustness. We have demonstrated that we are an interesting market, that we have a good base for investing and keeping on development, and well, just having World Rugby demonstrate that there is a confidence, an opportunity, and we hope that together we could do great things.
Gracias. And Alan, what does the Spanish rugby mean for World Rugby in terms of growth?
Look, I think the video said it all. It's a sleeping giant, and we really believe that. We believe that Spain has all of the ingredients to be a fantastic rugby nation on the field, competing at the highest level in men's and women's rugby, but also a fantastic country to host our biggest events in. And Juan Carlos has said it again, there's a great ambition to bring men's and women's Rugby World Cups to Spain. You have the sporting infrastructure, you have the tourism infrastructure, you have the expertise, you have a passionate sports public, and I think for us that presents such a huge opportunity for rugby's growth in Europe, for rugby's growth in Latin countries, but for rugby's growth globally. So the partnership between World Rugby and the Spanish Federation is really important to us. It's building all the time. We have a great confidence and trust in Juan Carlos and the team, and yes, so it's an exciting time.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Y hasta aquí este panel sobre el rugby y su crecimiento. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Y